Hi everyone, it's Richard, CEO of altFINS, with an update on technical analysis of a couple of coins that we analyzed late last year. That's Litecoin, LTC, and Polygon, MATIC. We published these videos in our crypto education section, so I encourage you to check back here often to check out the trading ideas and tips. The first time we actually talked about Litecoin was actually on the 18th of December when we talked about the RSI divergence and that the pullback could be an interesting time to buy. Since then, Litecoin is up about 20% and it's reaching our target of $85, but let's take a look at it, both of them actually right now. So go into crypto screener, in fact, Litecoin. Okay, if you look at the curated chart, what our commentary at the time was discussing is that this coin was in an uptrend as indicated by our trend indicators. These indicators you can find here as well as in the trend tab on the screener, where we analyze or rank the trend or rate the trend, short-term, medium, and long-term trend. And as you can see, all those three for Litecoin are strong up, in fact. So that's the first rule in trading, particularly for beginners and trend traders, is to trade with the trend. That's the cardinal rule, and that it was the case with Litecoin when it pulled back here to the $65 support zone. And as you can see in the technical chart or curated chart that we prepared, the support zone was $65. It pulled back here. That seemed like a good swing entry place, and indeed it bounced off of those levels, broke above $75, and this chart is not completely up to date yet. But the price, in fact, is at 82 almost. And in fact, today's high was as high as $84. So more or less, it's back to that 85 or so dollar resistance, which was also our target. If you go back to the curated chart again, as you can see, we did say that it could revisit $85 resistance area. And in fact, today it has more or less reached that resistance zone. So now what? This is where the price of Litecoin got rejected on a couple of times in late November and early December. So clearly this is an area where traders and investors feel like this coin is perhaps expensive, or that's an area where they take their profits and sell. And so we need to see, at this point, I would lighten up my position if I were involved, or completely exit and wait for the price to break above that $85 resistance area to indicate that indeed the buyers are, the demand from buyers is strong enough to overpower the selling pressures from the sellers, and that the buyers have absorbed that selling pressure and the volumes at these levels, and that the price is ready to continue to march higher. So at this point, I would wait for that breakout above $85, or in fact, if it gets rejected again at that level, which is quite possible, then it's likely to pull back to the next support level, and the next support level is basically the $75 level. $75 was a resistance until recently, when it's gotten broken, and once resistance zone is broken, it becomes a support zone, a concept known as polarity. And so if the price pulls back to $75, that would be a good swing entry area. Or if it breaks above the $85, that would indicate that the demand is now has absorbed any supply from the sellers, and that the price is ready to, like I said, march higher. So this is an interesting situation. Again, take advantage of the uptrend overall. It's just a matter of where we get involved. If we get involved in the pullback or the breakout. In terms of MATIC, we also mentioned that MATIC looked very similar to Litecoin in that there was a pullback, although it's not in a strong uptrend like Litecoin is. It's more of a sideways channel. We demonstrated that or illustrated that in the technical analysis or created chart. It's been really trading between the 75-cent and $1 channel, and then we talked about that pullback to that support zone of 75 cents. You know, it's held many times in the past, as you can see over the last several months, 6 months, 7 months, that 75-cent support zone, even if it's gotten broken a few times temporarily, it really held up. So there's a lot of buying interest around the 75-cent zone. So that was a really good swing entry, and you know, we took advantage of that. And now the price is at 85 cents, and it's marching back towards that $1 resistance area. Let's call it area. You know, even 95, 96, 97 cents here would more or less be in that resistance zone. So I think that's where there's potential for this price to swing up to. Notice that it also has broken above the 200-day moving average, which is also very bullish in terms of the trend overall. We can see that the short-term trend has now inflected to bullish, although medium and long-term trends are still weak. So that's why I say it's trading really more in the sideways channel still until it breaks out of this channel, which means it needs to break above the $1 level, in which case then we could see further gains all the way up to the next resistance zone and $1.30. So at this point, I'd say there's still some upside on this upswing between the channel support and the channel resistance zones. But I would be certainly lighting up or selling some of my position as it approaches the dollar resistance area. All right, I hope this helps. Again, I encourage you to come back and check on these trading videos frequently, as well as the technical analyses that we update, a lot of them on a daily basis. And these could provide a good basis for your own analysis and decision making as well. Ultimately, this is not investment advice, simply tips and knowledge for you to make your own analysis and decisions, and to learn how to do TA on your own. Good luck trading.